Welcome to the Love and Sex Today show with Dr. Doug Weiss. Doug has been healing hearts and relationships for decades. He's helped thousands of people release the shame and the guilt, restoring hope, helping people get free from addictions to enjoy a better sex and love life. Here he is, your host, Dr. Doug Weiss.
Welcome to Love and Sex Today. I'm Dr. Doug Weiss, and I will be your host for now our 9th conversation. And this one's going to be important. It's mastering and replacing anxiety. Anxiety is a big issue. There's a lot of drugs being prescribed for anxiety. Anxiety has a lot of various components to it, and we're going to get into that today. But more importantly, we're going to get into a tool that I have seen help people with small and large types of anxieties to be able to master and replace it so that they don't have to carry anxiety anymore. Now, as always, I want you to go to loveandsextoday.com, subscribe there, and write reviews on iTunes. That's very important. It helps us out. It helps you be part of the team here to help others. And one of you will be selected every month for a conversation with yours truly, Dr. Doug Weiss. And that's going to be a priceless, fun thing to do that will be able to accelerate maybe something in your life that you've been challenged with. Also, go to loveandsextoday.com and get your free chapter. There's always a free chapter on something that can help you in your life. That information has been life-changing as well, and we appreciate your feedback on that. It's been great. So let's get into the topic today. Mastering and replacing anxiety. So what is anxiety? It's that fear, not fear from something that's actually happening. It's oftentimes fear of something that might happen or could happen, or trigger from something that might have happened in the past. It's a dread of a certain type of encounter, maybe applying for a job, or a dread of talking to the opposite sex, or a dread of talking to whatever, or engaging in something. Sometimes just going in an elevator can create anxiety. It's a worry, it's an uneasiness, but oftentimes it has muscle tension and it has physiological symptoms to it. And that can be a real deal. Now, sometimes this anxiety is based on a past encounter. Maybe there was some kind of, someone getting mugged. I know someone who was robbed, and they had so much anxiety afterwards, they had to get a dog to be with them 24/7, every public setting, because they were so anxious about that. They really had trauma from that. And that might be a legitimate form of anxiety. So there's anxiety that could be from past, it could be triggered. It could just be an erroneous fear or concern that you have, Some people have anxiety about certain set of circumstances that might happen that oftentimes never have happened. It can be just that anxious feeling in your gut that's happening with you right now in a situation, a present anxiety. And it can also be constantly staying anxious about the future, not enough money, maybe the end of the world is coming, or some political shift, or some, international crisis, or some kind of anxiety that's disease, and anxiety about getting sick. There's all kinds of anxiety. And if you have any version of anxiety, you're going to want to listen all the way through today, because I'm going to give you a tool. I'm going to give you an exercise. Now, this comes from my book, Emotional Fitness, and I can highly recommend this for anyone who needs to develop any emotional skill. Most of us have no training in emotions. I've got 4 degrees. 4. None of them taught me how to be emotionally fit. None of them taught me how to have emotions. See, anxiety is an emotional issue. And once you can have and identify and communicate and be able to switch your feelings, you can pick any feeling: rejection, aloneness, confusion, overwhelm, stress, and you can begin to switch it inside your body. Because here's the key thing with anxiety and with other strong emotional issues is they are feelings. Now, feelings aren't real. They're not truth. They just are. You can feel fat and weigh less than you did yesterday. You can feel rich and be broke. You can be rich and feel broke. Feelings are not truth, and feelings are not facts. Feelings are feelings. They're just little things you're experiencing as you're going through your day. They need to be acknowledged and owned and processed, but they are not facts at all. And so anxiety is not a fact, it's a feeling. Now, you may be having the feelings of anxiety, and that is the fact that you're having the feeling. I understand that. But being emotionally fit can really help you. So I'm taking something out of a chapter there towards the end of the book, which is a mastery section. So you might be missing some of the content, but I would definitely encourage you to get emotional fitness. You can go to loveandsextoday.com, click the book icon, and it's in there, and definitely look at that. So what are we going to do? So you're going to need a pen and paper today, because I'm going to give you steps. And you're going to have to do this after the podcast, but I can tell you this can be life-changing. I had a lady just do an emotional fitness grid thing that I'm going to give you just the other day. Totally life-changing. She was able to get in touch with a feeling that she was really hiding from. And she was able to expand it and express it and switch it. And when she was able to switch it, she felt so empowered that she doesn't have to feel trapped when she's feeling this feeling. And if you're anxious, you feel trapped when you're anxious. You don't know what to do. It can become overwhelming. Your whole system shuts down. And that's the point. See, emotions are visceral, they're stored throughout your body. I believe they could be in your fascia system, but they are not in your brain. And so many people try to treat anxiety and deal with anxiety as if it's a cognitive disorientation. It's a cognitive process. It's not cognitive. It's emotive. It's lightning fast, and you got to be able to deal with it in the emotive system and in the visceral system as opposed to the cognitive system. So this is going to take us a while. So let's get through this today. So please get yourself a pen or get out your phone and get your notes section, and let's start dealing with this. Here's the emotional fitness grid. We're talking about anxiety, but if you're dealing with other strong feelings, this might help you. Like if you feel when someone is giving you criticism that you get overwhelmed and you get really defensive, well, defensive might be your feeling you need to deal with. But today, our topic is anxiety. So the first thing I want you to do, it's two sentences. I want you to write out these two sentences. I feel anxious when. And I want that example to be in your present tense. And this can be important for where we're going. So take time, maybe pause and write that down. The next thing I want you to do is write a second sentence. I first remember feeling anxious when. Now, this is going to be as a child or adolescent. I want you to tap into something in the past. Now, all we're doing here is giving you a grid to be able to know where this file is located. All right, so that's number one. Write those down. Number two, I want you to read them out loud. Just read your two sentences out loud. Maybe you feel anxious when you're meeting a new person, or you first remember feeling anxious when this your rich uncle was coming over for Christmas and you were told to be on your best behavior. I don't know what your examples might be, but I've heard many of them, and so you want to just make sure they're yours and that they're real. They're not fictitious. They're real experiences that you've had. So number one, write it out. Number two, read it out loud. Now number three, you're going to need to know what a mime is. A mime is when you put your body in a position to kind of reflect an emotion or something. There used to be professional mimes. We don't see them anymore in the States, but a mime is just putting your body in a position. So what I want you to do is you are going to mime anxiety. I literally want you to put yourself and your body in a position where you feel anxious. You might be, holding your fist. You might be shaking your arms. You might be feeling that anxiety. And I want you to feel it through your whole body. And the way this works is you're going to do this 3 times for 15 seconds. So get out your little phone or your watch. And for 15 seconds, I want you to mime anxiety. So you're holding it, and maybe you're shaking a little bit and you're just holding it. And let yourself feel anxiety. Anxiety is not going to hurt you. It's just a feeling. It's going to pass through you. You felt anxious thousands of times, and every time you got over them. Feelings are like just energy going through you, and it goes through, it passes through. But now I'm going to teach you something. If you do this, you can really learn something. So you hold that anxiety in your body for 15 seconds. You take a break for about 5 or 10 seconds. You do that again, hold it again, 15 seconds, take a break, then hold it again for 15 seconds. This is a mime, 3 sets of 15 seconds. And I really hope you're writing this down. You're going to have to listen to it several times to get this, or get the book Emotional Fitness. All right. Then the next thing you're going to do is you're going to muscle up. Now, muscle up is where you take that anxious feeling and you're going to hold it for 15 seconds first, 30 seconds the second time, 45 seconds the third time, and 1 minute the fourth time. So here you are, you're holding anxiety 15 seconds, you take a break, then you go longer. And as you go into that 30 seconds, you want to let your muscles feel the anxiety, let your organs feel the anxiety, let your heart, your soul, your spirit, let yourself be anxious. Let it go into your being. As you get to the 45-second, expand it and expand it. So you are so anxious. When you get into that minute, you're expanding anxiety so big, and you're teaching yourself a lot. And I'll explain that in a few minutes. So then you do that. Now, I want you to go back and do the opposing feeling. So let's say calm. I want you to write out calm. I feel calm when. I feel calm actually, on my hammock out at the house. I live on a mountain in Colorado. It's beautiful. I just love being on the hammock. I first remember feeling calm, when I was a kid, and we were making it's kind of shapes out of clouds, and we were laying on a very lush hill of grass in Pennsylvania. I was probably maybe 7 or 8. And so calm. Now you're going to go through exactly the same process with calm that you did with anxiety. You're going to mind calm. You're going to really let yourself be calm. Just let yourself go into it. Do that for 15 seconds, take a break. Another 15 seconds, take a break. Another 15 seconds, take a break. And then you're going to muscle up 15, 30, 45 in a minute. And you should be able to go where calm is in your muscles and in your being. You're literally being calm and you're expanding calm, because emotions, you can expand them and you can contract them. Once you get management of your feelings, it's amazing. When you become emotionally fit, you can actually master feelings. You can actually take a step and feel this feeling, take another step and feel this feeling, and you can choose what feeling you're feeling, but we're not there yet. So now you've gone through the anxiety one. Now you've gone through calm, and this is going to take you probably several minutes to get done. All right. And if anxiety is a primary thing you're dealing with, you're going to want to do the rest of this exercise every single day for a couple weeks. So you've done that. You muscled up on calm. Now what you're going to do is switch. So for 15 seconds, you're going to go into anxiety really deeply, really, really deeply. And then you're going to switch right into calm. No break, right into calm. And let yourself feel calm. And then go back into anxiety for 15 seconds. And then go back into calm for 15 seconds. Go back into anxiety for 15 seconds. And go back into calm for 15 seconds. And what you're going to find is you're going to find your switch. It's usually somewhere between the chest and the belly button. You'll find your switch where you actually can switch anxiety to calm, calm to anxiety, anxiety to calm, and switch back and forth at will. And once you realize that you can actually master a feeling, and in this case, we're talking about anxiety, but it could be other feelings, and that you can actually switch it at will, you're going to feel more in control and more confident emotionally. So when you're feeling anxiety, you can actually switch to calm. And it works. I mean, I use these principles, fantastic principle, and you can do this anywhere, all the time, anytime. So what you want to do though, now anxiety is a big feeling. If this is really where you're struggling, you want to do all the exercise, read it out loud, both of them out loud, go into your mind and muscle up on anxiety, your mind and muscle up on calm, and then do your switch, and do that every day, maybe once or twice a day for about 2 weeks. And what will happen is you'll begin to feel the mastery of anxiety. You won't fear when you're having anxiety because, well, it's just a feeling. And you've learned how to harness it and switch it. And what can happen is you can go, oh, I'm starting to feel anxious. Oh, don't want to choose that. So let me choose calm. And be able to literally in nanoseconds choose to be calm, choose to be in your own body, choose to be clear-headed. And that is a gift you give to yourself. See, this is a tool. If you work it, you get the results. So many things in the world that I live in and helping people every day, it's getting tools and then using them and having the discipline of practicing them until they become part of your life. This emotional fit tool can totally change your life if you're dealing with anxiety. And we'll do other shows on other feelings as we go through our time together. Many conversations we're going to have, hundreds of conversations. I have a feeling we're going to be talking for years. But this one's a big one. So if you know someone who's struggling with anxiety, please share this podcast with them. If they need to call our office, Heart to Heart Counseling Center at 719-278-3708, more than happy to have them talk with someone and see if we can get them some help. And I'm totally okay. If someone's on medication, you can do this even if you're on medication. This is not going to hurt you. It's not going to affect you. I would recommend you do this. And once you get mastery, then talk to your doctor about your medicine issues. Because some things can be managed without medicine once you learn a skill. And there might be other factors. So talk to your psychiatrist if you're doing that. And I would say if you're having anxiety medicine, definitely make sure you're seeing a psychiatrist so they're the best to be able to help you with that. So don't forget to go to loveandsextoday.com. Subscribe there. Review us on iTunes. Let other people know how this show is impacting your life in a positive way. Let them know that and share this with everyone you can. And one of you who does a review on iTunes will be picked once a month for a private conversation with yours truly, Dr. Doug Weiss. This will be a priceless time together. This will be fun. And we will discuss a topic you want to see if we can accelerate some area of your life. So remember, always have great love and always have great sex today.
That's it for our episode of Love and Sex Today with Dr. Doug Weiss. Head on over to loveandsextoday.com and be sure to subscribe to the show on iTunes. When you do, and you post a review on iTunes, some lucky listener is going to win every single month a private confidential coaching call with Dr. Doug Weiss. Also, feel free to ask any question you like. You can push a button, speak your question, and Dr. Doug will answer your question in a future episode. So be sure to subscribe to the show. Doug's got some great gifts for you, and we will look forward to seeing you next time.